told them that seriously I have not revised them. I'm very sorry about it. Once I go back, I'll have a look on it. I had told, and then he asked me, tell me at least what is your favorite subject in engineering. Okay. Then as an electronics engineer, I was very much I was very much interested about the satellite communication. Okay. I decided to tell this satellite communication for another reason, thinking that they may ask recent developments in the ISRO or NASA. So I thought that they may ask something related to NASA or ISRO, for which I had already prepared. Because for electronics and communication, you need to do some background study. NASA and ISRO I had prepared well, and I thought he may ask questions. Then he simply said, okay, satellite communication, then define satellite. Simply he asked, define satellite. So I was like, sir, satellite is a thing which orbits around Earth. I was going on a right direction in fact, but I was not confident. Then again said, he did not interfere. I myself said, sir, I am sorry, sir, I am not able to think on that. Even though it was a right definition, I was not able to go beyond it because I did not want to spoil the moment again. And then okay, he told, define geostationary satellite, geostationary orbit. I simply said geostationary orbit is just 36,000 kilometers above the Earth. And then he started asking about semiconductor, how the impurities is done. I was not at all knowing all these things and started using these phraseologies. So he was like, he left all hopes on me and then passed on the baton to the next person. But fortunately, I could able to answer all the questions asked by other members, right? So it does not matter how many questions you will answer, how will you, how will you say I do not know. All these things are to an extent, makes a huge difference. But the amount of answers you give to the interviewers are not the reflections of your personality, because they call it as a personality test, not an interview. If you go to any technical interviews in IT companies, they will ask you technical questions. You have to answer to them. Okay, but here they are assessing your personality over a period of 30 minutes, because these people who are taking interview, there will be around 5 people, all retired bureaucrats or else senior dignitaries of the society, like academics or scientists or defense persons. All these persons who have seen each 40 years of public life. Okay, 40 into 5, 4 into 5, like 200 years of experience will be there with them, and then they will be knowing all kind of people. In their 40 years of public service, they must have seen all kind of people. So honesty is the only policy which works in the interview. And this time they asked me, since I was from a rural background and have been in village for a long, they asked me, have you ever worked with Gram Panchayat or Jilla Panchayat? Yes, I did. I worked. Then have you come across any kind of bribe or corruption incidents? I said yes. When I was in my school days, when I went there to get my caste certificate or income certificate, all these things, I had given 50 rupees bribes. And that's a reality. Okay, nobody can dispute it. And it is known for UPSC members also. And if you become Gandhiji there, they will simply discard you, because you are trying to be moralistic. There is nothing wrong in accepting the reality, because reality is there. You are there to change these kind of realities. If you do not accept the problem, you cannot identify the solution. So problem, you have to accept it. And then I told, but right now, because of government's emphasis on the digital infrastructure, for example, Sakala project in the Karnataka government, there is a less scope for human intervention in targeted delivery of services. So all these kind of things have been already computerized. There is no scope of corruption anymore in the government services. So I justified it. Government's steps. It will give a value addition. Like this, you have to just be honest and tell the ground reality. Interview just like this one. And trust me, interview requires hell lot of preparation out of all these 3 stages of the examination. But interview will be having only 1.5 months of time frame. So it is not possible to prepare for the interview separately. But it is the stage which requires lots of preparation. For that, interview preparation has to start the day you decide to take the UPSC examination. On a daily basis, you have to change the personality. It's not that over a period of time, like 3 months, you will change your personality now. It's not possible. So continuously work on your strength, weaknesses, SWOT analysis. You should continuously keep on doing this. It will ultimately help you to yes through the interview. Okay, presence of mind, all these things will work, right? This is how it is, and in the hope of in that fear of expectation again, I did not touch the UPSC 2019 attempts materials at all. I had not, my interview again was on the first day itself. Last time also it was on the first day, this time also it was on the first day, again in the afternoon session only, and last time also I was the second person to go inside, this time also I was the second person to go inside. It was a very pleasant coincidence in fact this year. So I had not prepared and it was a very tense time for me. The day I stopped teaching political science here, from that day like I was in continuous kind of coma state. I did not know what will go, because again experiencing the same kind of depressing state, it's like very difficult. There are examples where people have gone for interview for four times consecutively. They were unfortunate that they could not make it. And here luck also matters. And luck favors for those who will work hard. Like 1% luck is absolutely non-avoidable and 99% hard work. So this is how the gist of my UPSC journey. Usually on 2016 I could have done it, but only just before 2 months of the examination I started preparing seriously, because I had been to Delhi from January to April, May. I was like enjoying life there, because I had just resigned from the job. I had gone there, I had all my friends there, so I was just like without reading. And unfortunately coaching class timings were like morning 7 to afternoon 3:30. Where will you get the time? So there was absolutely no time to prepare for self preparation. That's why I lost that time. From 2017 January, and in fact from March I started planned preparation. So this is how I ended up here, like with 307 brand AC. We will discuss, if you have any kind of questions, I will show you some of my, how to solve the tests. Okay.
So what went wrong in 2017 interview?
In interview, I was not preparing, because I told you I went for the mock interviews, right? 10 mock interviews, and everywhere I got very positive feedback. They were telling me interview is a personality test, not a knowledge test. So I believed that personality-wise I was good. Knowledge can be improved. I stopped. You won't trust me, even I did not even study the Vision monthly magazine, current affairs, for interview. I had even did not make any notes out of the Hindu newspaper or else Indian Express. That means, in a nutshell, I did not consider it as a knowledge test. But where in fact, interview is both a personality as well as a knowledge test. Even just now I told you, it is called as a personality test. Like this, I had been kind of told continuously, it's only personality test, only personality test. But I'm sorry, I had also forgotten that it is also knowledge test. This has been continuously infused in the minds of aspirants that interview is just a personality test, nothing like that. They will also test your knowledge, presence of mind, body language, communication, everything. So I had not prepared well on the knowledge part. I could not answer many questions, and the present chief of UPSC, Arvind Saxena, he had worked in the research and analysis wing, RA. So he expects straightforward answers. So I was not able to give the straightforward answer. Instead of, I kept on beating around bush. So they did not encourage it. That's why I ended up with 151. Why? Because it was only for my body language, for my communication, not for my way of giving answer. Okay, I'll deal with it. I'll have a glass of water. Okay. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, note it down. We'll discuss it.